Welcome, anointed ones. Let this word wash over your spirit like holy fire. These are not ordinary reflections. This is a proclamation, a sacred echo from the chambers of divine justice. For when the proud exalt themselves without righteousness, when the arrogant move in shadows, believing no eyes, see God watches. And when he chooses to act, he does not move with whispers, but with thunder. The proud fall hardest, especially when they do not see it coming. Imagine a silence so holy, it feels like eternity holding its breath. That's the stillness of God's judgment in motion. Many confuse his silence for absence, but heaven's timing is not ours. Every moment of quiet was not neglect. It was preparation. A divine trap was being laid with justice, coiled like a lion in the tall grass. God does not always shout before he moves. Sometimes he waits until arrogance becomes their anthem. Then he strikes, not with mercy, but with precision. Their darkness was not hidden. It was harbored. They wore smiles like masks, shook hands with daggers behind their backs. But God does not guess. He knows. And when he shines his light, their darkness becomes their downfall. Their sin becomes their spotlight. Their manipulation becomes the noose they tied themselves. And this is not revenge. It is reflection. The monster is revealed, and the world watches them fall. Their collapse is public, undeniable. False authority melts beneath divine fire. They built altars to their egos, and now even their worshippers turn away. Their fall is not subtle. It's a spectacle. And while they danced in deceit, you were still. Your stillness was a sacred strategy. You were not sleeping, you were listening. Waiting. Letting them dig their own grave with every careless word. Stillness is not weakness. It is divine wisdom. While you prayed, they plotted. But now their own words rise to accuse them. Their lies echo back in judgment. They didn't just fall into a trap. You became the trap, and they walked straight in. Lies are fragile. They demand maintenance. But truth stands alone, and when God is ready, he does not whisper truth. He declares it. He takes their slander and makes it your testimony. You didn't have to fight back. God defended you. And when God blesses, he doesn't just restore, he transforms. He doesn't give you back what you lost. He gives you more than you dared to imagine. Your pain becomes your platform. Your shame becomes your strength. These blessings carry the fingerprints of heaven. And your enemies, they'll watch but not participate. They will understand they never had the power to block your destiny. They only sharpened it. Your story becomes a sermon, a parable, a divine warning. Their collapse is not a mystery. It is a message. Their hearts are exposed. The envy, the fear, the hidden motives. Their downfall is not from what they did, but from what they carried inside. And now power shifts. You rise not by your own hand, but by the hand of God. You didn't steal a crown. He placed it on your head, and as you rise, they unravel in real time. A slow fall. A public unraveling, a divine theater for the world to witness. And your scars, they now shine. Your pain becomes honor. You are not only healed, you are crowned. What they tried to destroy has become your distinction. They envied you because of your light, and now the world sees it. Their hate was never about you. It was about what they lacked. And now it's all exposed. Their masks are gone. Your crown is revealed. And heaven testifies, this is not just vindication, it is resurrection. Your divine reversal. Your enemies are exposed. Their lies have failed, and you have risen, not in bitterness, but in power. In peace, in sacred purpose. Let the world see what happens when heaven defends. Let every eye witness that no weapon formed shall prosper. This is your time, your divine moment, your holy unveiling. Justice has come. Certainly, here is the continuation of the prophetic narrative in the same powerful flowing paragraph-style tone, as if divine revelation is still unfolding before the soul. Now that the unveiling has begun, the shift will not slow. It will accelerate. The heavens have sounded and the earth must respond. Everything that was hidden is being drawn to the surface not by force, but by divine magnetism. The truth is too heavy for deception to bear, and so the false must collapse under the weight of what is real. You will no longer have to explain yourself. Your life will do the speaking. Your peace will silence every rumor. Your elevation will silence every critic. And though they tried to bury you, they didn't realize you were a seed, planted in pain but rising in power. You are not returning to what you lost. You are being led into what never could have existed without the fire. This is not recovery. It is rebirth. Every door they tried to close has now become a hallway to greater purpose. And you won't just walk through it. You will run anointed, with clarity covered in favor, surrounded by angels, on assignment. Their confusion will deepen as your joy expands, for God has not only lifted you, He has redefined you. They will not recognize you, not because you changed to please them, but because you finally became who heaven always saw. The veil is torn. The chapter is sealed. The past is no longer your prison. It is your proof. And you carry that proof not as weight, but as witness. Every betrayal now breathes in your blessing. Every delay now declares your destiny. And those who once stood above you must now watch as you rise, not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, eternally. This is the turning point heaven wrote into your story before time began. The oil on your life is not man-given. It is God-assigned, and no force of darkness can revoke what was released by divine decree. So lift your head, square your shoulders, walk boldly. Because what's coming next is not just restoration, it's reign. You will reign in peace, reign in purpose, reign in presence. And those who once laughed will now learn, for you are not just vindicated, you are established. A divine landmark of what happens when the righteous wait and heaven responds. Absolutely. Here's a powerful and heartfelt like, subscribe, and share note written in the same divine poetic tone to match the message. If this word stirred your spirit, don't let it pass by. Like this message, not for applause, but as a witness to what God is doing in your life. Subscribe to stay connected to the sound of truth, healing, and divine revelation. Share this with someone who's been waiting for justice, for clarity, for their own divine unveiling. Tap the bell, not just to be notified, but to stay in rhythm with the voice of destiny. Comment below with a testimony, a prayer, or just one powerful word, Amen. Let this community grow, not around a person, but around the presence of God, truth, and purpose. You are not alone. You are part of the remnant. The rise is real, and your time is now.